What's up, guys? It's your host Tony G bringing you back another market watch. Last week we didn't have one due to having like all these events going on, and I got these interviews with these players, and I try to get those awesome deck profiles for you guys out there, the competitive ones, and what's pretty much topping out there. Hopefully, if you guys like those type of videos, smash that like button. Let me know in the comment section below if you want more player interviews from people that top at events. But we got a market watch from your host Tony G like always, and so we're gonna be looking at Vermilion singles like overview of like what's getting up there. And recently I didn't get a chance to look at this card, but I know that Dark Broly pretty much topped the last event that just happened, and so I'm gonna open this up in another tab so we could look at the price. And I have other cards here that I do want to mention, obviously for other reasons, but that are obviously creeping down and obviously going up. So we're gonna start off with Dark Broly. Shout outs to Carlos from the dudes. He topped with Dark Broly. I believe he got like top 4, I think. And we have Dark Broly, Uncontrollable Berserker. We might get him on a player interview. Hit up if you smash that like button, let it be known, and we'll get him on as a player interview. Last time we had Kevin Zuniga from the dudes, and we would love to have another dude on the channel, obviously for cool reasons. And then we have obviously Dark Broly going up in price. He was sitting at $16.99. and now he's sitting at $22 to $23 because obviously a Dark Broly top, this guy's gonna be insanely sought out for. You know what I mean? Like when a deck does really well in an event, the cards that support it usually go up too as well. So then we move on to the next card I want to mention is Vegito Warrior from Another Dimension. It continues to go down. It's not one of those sought out secret rares. I keep telling people, I'm like, it keeps going down, and if you want to wait on it, I think you should, because it keeps going down and it's going to be a cheap card. For a secret rare, it's pretty affordable. I think it might not be like the most like strongest card out there. Oh, the cat wants to get out. And obviously it's a great card. It's great, and I think it could be splashed into certain decks, but obviously it's not competitive enough to be used competitively, obviously, until maybe we get better support. And who knows. So then we move on to Card Market. Obviously it's $60 or $50 in TCG Player, and in Card Market it's obviously a $65 US current what is it, if you change the currency, it's like 65 bucks in US or American, whatever you want to call it, the US dollar. And then we go on to the next card that's been sought out, obviously for good reasons. It's a very powerful Unison. It's probably the best Unison. I don't know between this one and I've been playtesting a deck between Baby the Unknown Parasite, and then we have obviously Zeno. Great 2 Unisons. I think early game you want to go with Zeno, and then late game you want to go with Baby the Unison, because he has the amazing ability of -5 and playing counters for free as long as you ditch 2 cards and give your leader double strike. And so he still continues to go up, or he stays maintaining at 23, because obviously Starter Coup is still topping. Still one of the 5 top best decks. Obviously, if you want to play that, you will definitely top in an event with that deck for sure, if you know how to pilot it well and you have the great cards in it, obviously. And then this guy's sitting at 21, 22, and then we go into TCG or Card Market. It's actually a lot cheaper for some reason. If you guys get it from Card Market, definitely pick it up. Let it be known. Ask your UK friends or your UK friends to get you this card, and hopefully they can. If not, then, well, I mean, do your best. But it's sitting at like 16 bucks. It's still a bit cheaper than TCG Player, so I highly recommend getting it. And speaking of another top deck, shout outs to Kyle, who obviously he continues to top with Sin Shenron. He made this deck very popular, obviously, in the last event, and I think he did really well this event that just happened. And then we have Ice Shenron, the Chiromancer. Another card that no one's picking up. If you guys want to play a competitive budget deck, I highly recommend picking up the Shadow Dragons. This engine is probably the cheapest out of all the competitive decks in my opinion. And also Reboot Gohan. And this card is really good, guys. I mean, the cards that go into this deck is not that expensive. You'll be looking at like about $50 to $60 max, because you're obviously gonna get this, and then the other card is gonna be Evil Unleashed. That's another card that's a little kind of like $10 range, but everything else is so affordable. Like if you don't want to get it foiled out, obviously it's a lot more expensive if you get it foiled out, but if you get the commons and uncommons and all those rares non-foil, you're looking at about $5 or less for everything, guys. So I think if you want to play competitively and you want to get the right cards for it, I highly recommend playing Sin Shenron. Definitely $60 competitive deck. I highly recommend it. It's very fun. I play Sin Shenron. It's a very fun deck. And with this guy, it makes it super consistent. You'll be definitely topping an event with it. And so, obviously in Card Market, it's a lot cheaper, significantly cheaper. You're sitting at like $3 to $4. US, you're looking at about $6, $7. It's about the same price. I don't know if shipping would be the same amount, but yeah. So I highly recommend just getting it in TCG Player if you're in the US, and if you're in the UK, definitely check out Card Market. It's probably a lot cheaper. But yeah, so moving on to, this is the bread and butter of the video. I honestly think everyone should pre-order the singles for Draft Box 6, because you never know. It's obviously, you know, those cards that you don't think they're gonna be expensive, and then down the road they're $60, $70 for one. Right now they're $14.99. I highly recommend checking it out. I mean, Core TCG is where I'm buying them from. That's where we, the Super Players, buy our stuff. So I definitely will be pre-ordering some of these cards. These cards are amazing, guys. These are sleeper cards, I feel. Not a lot of people are really like, people are saying it's a lackluster box. Some people say it's not great. Some people are saying it's great. I'm in the middle. I think it's a great box. I don't think you should buy every card. I mean, buy a case for you to get the playset of almost all commons and uncommons, because those are great cards in general. And then get the rares that you might need and the SRs you might need. Save yourself a couple $100 here and there, but I mean, like I said, pre-ordering the SRs, that's what I'm already doing. I know some of them are just gonna be really great, guys. Like Riot Javelin is very strong in a baby deck. I don't see what it ignores barrier, bounces a 5-drop, and it's such a great card, guys. I don't understand. Like, this card is probably gonna be a very expensive card, especially for baby. Baby's gonna be a very powerful leader next set with this amazing support that came out in this draft box. And Intersecting Fates, another great card. I think it's just another rare that I think is gonna be sought out. It's a free play one. You get a draw card. You look at the top two, up to 2, and I don't know. I can't tell you enough, guys. I honestly think you should pre-order the SRs. That's my big tip before it gets bought out or things just skyrocket. Like, I'm buying them at this price. I don't know if it's gonna be way more expensive, but from what I've seen in the past, they are very expensive depending on the deck you want to play. If you want to go blue, pick up the blue cards, get the blue cards. If you're gonna go red, pick up the red cards. I don't recommend you picking up cards you don't need, but if you do want to collect them, I recommend it. But I honestly say pick up the cards you definitely need. They're dirt cheap right now. I think it might stay. I don't think it's gonna stay this price. I'm being honest. I don't think they're gonna be $14.99, because these cards are very powerful. I honestly think manipulating your energy and playing cards is insane, in my opinion. And then going on, I highly recommend it. Pre-order them, guys. Definitely get them for Core TCG. That's where we get them. But Card Market, also the boxes are at $94 euros. I'm sorry, not bucks, euros, and you're sitting at about $100 for it in US. Obviously, TCG Player is still probably the cheaper route. Definitely check them out. $89.89. So shout out to Pro Play Games as well. I'm telling you guys, pre-order them. They're great. Pre-order them. They're great, guys. I'm gonna pre-order my own, and I'm definitely excited for playing red. These are my 3 top colors for the upcoming set: red, blue, and green, and maybe yellow. I might play skillless for sure, but I highly recommend checking these guys out. They're super cheap. I always think buying singles is the best way to go. If you want to collect the boxes, I highly recommend buying those boxes. But there you guys have it from your host, Tony G. This is the Market Watch. I honestly think pre-order some of these cards already, because you don't know, they're going to be expensive. From what it's happened in the past, SRs are always expensive. So there you guys have it from your host, Tony G from the Super Players. Like always, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comment section down below what cards I could have mentioned or missed. And huge shout out to all the Super Players out there for watching these things. And let me know in the in the comment section, what cards I should be looking at for the next Market Watch. So there you guys have it from your host, Tony G. Y'all stay super.
Double strike, hey. Me and 17, we both look team with the hand destruction scene.
Y ahora se lista con el 17 y los otros 7. Yo miro y te pregunto tu mano, nosotros somos buenos para tirarlo.